Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sports Breakdown once again. So today, as promised, we are going to do the Royal Challengers Bangalore IPL preview and squad SWOT analysis, and latest plus both these RCB fans will be giving their strongest playing 11 at the live. So we have Sanjay and Rohan joining us, two good friends of mine and who have joined my channel before in the past couple of times. So how are you both? Excited about this video, especially RCB, our favorite franchise and the most followed franchise also in IPL. So yeah, how are you guys doing?
All good, man. Charged up.
Yeah, all good here also. Doing good.
All right, so let's get straight into the RCB squad SWOT analysis. So first of all, let's discuss about the injury replacements. First of all, let's talk about. Let's come with Sanjay. First of all, your thoughts, especially of Will Jacks being out of IPL. Obviously, that is a bit of a blow, I would say, because Will Jacks was doing well in the SA20. He was having the form and getting in Michael Bracewell, because we know there were options. Obviously, in RCB, there was Dasun Shanaka, there were other overseas options also on the line. But RCB specifically went for Michael Bracewell. Do you know what reason? Is that because of Hessen's connection with Bracewell, or is it because of Bracewell's recent performance against India in that ODI series? He got 100. Or what was the factor why RCB went for Bracewell? Because is that a similar option? Because Will Jacks also, we know he bowls spin as well. He's all round as well, and Bracewell also offers the same. Any particular reasons why they went for Bracewell?
No, during the auction, at the auction to tell, actually RCB was there for time pass because we didn't have enough pass. To be frank, we didn't have enough pass. With 8 crores, you can't expect someone like Ben Stokes or Sam Curran to come and play for RCB. So yes, in that I was surprised to get Wiljax because in the recent other T20 leagues, Wiljax has made a name for himself. Like he's such a good player. So spending 3 crores on a single player, we were like first like why did they spend so much? Then when I later digged up more about Wiljax and YouTube and everything and the analyst what they told in the page, so after that I felt that no, Wiljax is a perfect replacement because there was news about injury. He isn't recovered yet. I was like, no, yeah, he's perfect. But hearing about Jack's injury, I'm like little bit concerned because Maxwell batted at 8 down. I think against India, he batted too low. That is like it is not a good sign for RCB as well because he's our like number 3 or number 4 batsman. We don't want him to send him more below because he acts like what do you tell, a guest hitter and a pure finisher kind of role. But yes. Dasun Chanaka was also a good option. I don't know why did they go for Michael Best because Dasun Chanaka had good like in the recent match against India also he finished T20 with a very good strike rate and very good score. He stood as a captain, but I think they went for Michael Bracewell only because of that crucial and the pressure knock of 140. He almost took New Zealand home, but India crossed the line, but he almost had the match. So based on that, I think and he was a leading wicket taker for New Zealand against India. So they checked all that, and based on that, I think Michael Bracewell went. Personally, if you ask me, you had a good player than Michael Bracewell, but nonetheless, if he's in our team, we should support him.
Hmm. Ro- Rohan, yeah,
Uh,
Rohan, your thoughts as well. Your additions.
no, to add on to what Sanjay said and what even you started with, that the connection of the Kiwi with Hessen, all those things also added up to begin with. But also, if you see in the India series where Bracewell was, even with the new ball he could bowl and he used to turn the new ball. When it was slightly wintry conditions, dew was also a factor. Even there, Bracewell was able to spin the
Hmm.
ball, which is very uncharacteristic because we know in Indian conditions when the ball gets a bit wet with due to dew, it's not easy to ball spin. And he being a finger spinner, he was able to impart enough spin. He troubled Ishan Kishan like a kid. He was easily getting him out on a white ball to expose Ishan Kishan's weakness. I think that shows some kind of a skill that Bracewell has.
Yes.
Also, I'll say the initial parts, I think we do know Hasaranga's availability is also a bit of a question mark,
Hmm.
first week at least. So you need a overseas spinner as well. Though Bracewell may not be a lead spinner, he's an utility bowler who can be doing that job what a Hasaranga does, get those wickets in the middle overs, a bit batting here and there also. So I think to cover up Hasaranga's unavailability during the first 3-4 matches, maybe Bracewell was a better option, is what I think. May not be a high profile player, but he can do your job. He's a bit like your Shardul Thakur kind of a player who will do it here and there, will give you certain impact at a crucial phase of a game. him. So I think keeping all those factors, I think it's a very good choice in Michael Bracewell, adding on to his good form with the bat also in that India series. All those counted, and generally we do know whichever team comes to India just before the IPL auction, whoever has those big impacts carries that big weightage, and like we saw Hetmeyer get that big bucks previously, and all lead up to seasons we do know RCB goes for all the star players,
Yes.
but because of budget restrictions, I think they went for someone who could do a job for them when required. I think that's why Bracewell was
Hmm.
picked. But unfortunate for Will Jacks, as Sanjay quoted, I was really looking forward to his impact in the Indian conditions, how he would have done. But unfortunate with the
Hmm.
injuries.
Coming to you, Rohan, once again, your thoughts about the RCB auction this time? I think they had 8 crores this time for the auctions, and I think they got Reece Topley. I think Will Jackson unfortunately is out. They got
Yes.
the replacement. Himanshu Sharma, Manoj Bandange, Rajan Kumar, Avinash Singh, Sonu Yadav. Your thoughts about the auction? I think it was simple auction. I think anyways RCB had the team, but RCB they could have strengthened their bowling attack. I would feel because mainly last season we saw they got into the playoffs. I know that, but still the
Mm.
bowling attack I feel like they could have improved. Even with the the 8.75 crores they had, they could have probably used that a bit with the bowling. I know Reece Topley is a good addition, but still he's injury prone. At times he could not perform. So your thoughts overall of the auctions, Rohan?
See, I think Topley was basically another backup for Hazelwood. Since again Hazelwood's injury is a huge factor to start with, I think that's where Topley's pick is very good. He's a tall guy. We saw he does well when India went to England. He got I think Rohit couple of times, and I think a six for in the second game I think of that series. He did well to win the game for England. Reece Topley is a very disciplined kind of a bowler. You will expect him certain things out of him. He'll do it. The end overs, he has a very good slow ball. Good. Generally, we do know RCB struggles with the death bowling, and Reece Topley kind of covers that up. I mean, we can't always depend upon Mr. Lord Mia Siraj always, though he's improved. Reece Topley, I think, is a decent bet at the death bowling. Himanshu Sharma is also decent, but I'm more excited about our guy, man. Manoj Bandage is an exciting all-rounder, big hitting number 6, number 7 Karnataka boy. He has done really well this domestic season. I mean, whoever is domestic cricket follower will be very much known guy. He is Manoj Bandage. He did well in the recent KPL, I mean the Maharaja Cup as it called now.
Yeah.
Balls a little bit of medium pace. Again, he's a kind of guy who is a big-hearted guy who will ask the ball to be given to him even during a death over, which is a rare attribute for a young upcoming guy. So he may get smashed for 15, 20 runs at that over, but he'll always look for wickets, which is a rare quality in domestic players, even when they're playing at the highest level. I mean, IPL is an international level tournament, so you can always expect him to give his more than 100% if he's given the chance to play in the 11 to start with. I mean, all those impact player rules may come in there. Bandagi is my guy to watch out for. Another guy from the scouting pool which came up, Avinash Singh. I know the story is going about, but a guy who can ball 140 plus, who has just started playing cricket almost a year ago. Unknown commodity, maybe a Umran Malik kind of a story to come up again.
Mhm.
So Avinash Singh is someone whom I look forward to. But we do know T20 pace is not the only thing. You need to have a bit of change ups, variations, a good yorker, slow ball, bouncer, all those things, because you will be playing at the Chinnaswamy. If you ball 140 plus, you can go at 280 plus outside the ground also. So that's where his someone to mentor him is very much required. You know, all these guys, Siraj or Topley, these are not senior kind of bowlers who can mentor a upcoming guy. So there, that one key area RCB is missing. Maybe if a Hazelwood was there, because he has improved his T20 bowling since his CSK days, coming to RCB also. You saw he was a decent enough bowler. Yeah, maybe one game he did get smashed around, but
Yes.
he has improved his death bowling skills a lot.
Agreed.
So having an overseas professional there could have been a guiding force for someone of some of these younger fast bowlers. But that one area I think will be a miss or a void, which may be difficult to fill and can be a death nail for RCB. Generally, is those death overs. Hoping that somehow if they can come unscathed, that's the only way they can win. To be honest.
Out of 10, how do you rate the auctions for RCB? I know it was not a big auction for RCB. They only had to fill a few spots, but still.
Honestly, with the purse they had, I'll say about a 7.5 max, man. That's it. But I was happy because they went for some domestic talent at last, which has been a huge cry from us fans. We wanted someone, maybe a better guy than a Bandage would have been done, but we know certain reasons are not with the players also or with the franchise. But someone is better than none, you can say, for people to follow, at least to get them to start to follow again RCB, the troop, you can say. But I'm really looking forward to Bandage having an impact one, because Padikal, we lost it to the auction last time to RR, and so forth now also. But we are trying to groom some domestic talents, but as they get more exposure, they're leaving the franchise and going to other places because of the big bucks they're getting
Hmm.
in.
Sanjay, your thoughts about the auctions and especially the players that they bought and your rating also out of 10?
Yeah, my answer is also nothing but the same, because the only satisfaction for me it was Will Jacks. That too, after the auction I checked his stats, not during the auction. During the auction, Will Jacks is like he's also a domestic, foreign domestic
Hmm.
player. He wasn't even capped that time, so he was a foreign domestic player for me.
Yes.
So when I dig stats, I found out no, Jacks is a dangerous player, like, because the way the aggressive shots he plays. So then apart from that, I follow domestic cricket because I have known Manoj Badhange, because we have seen him play in both KPL and Maharaja Cup also.
Yeah.
So, but according to what I said, I kept him as an impact player because he can be used in some tough situations where our bowlers are expert in leaking runs. So where and somehow and you you expect some Harshal or Siraj to leak runs in the middle of overs, so you want some control on it. As Rohan told, yeah, though he might have gone, he might get smashed for 15-20 runs in a single over,
Hmm.
but at least he'll have 1 or 2 wickets,
Hmm.
because that pressure. For example, if you remember someone like Chahal, who was creating a pressure, get hit for two sixes and the third ball he gets out.
Yeah.
I think Yuvraj Singh, he did the same with Yuvraj Singh. He went for three. The fourth ball he got him out. We all thought it was 6 in 6. So the fourth ball he managed to get him out. I think Manoj has some capacity like that. But yes, auction, apart from the local names, what we have on Will Jacks, considering Will Jacks without injury, I would rate it as 8 on 10 or 8.5.
Hmm.
It's not a 10 on 10 because of our purse.
Hmm. Sanjay, I think there were thoughts maybe Kavirappa might come to RCB because obviously he's also a Bangalore boy. He played at RCB. He knows the conditions well. Did well in the SMET also. A bit surprised that Kavirappa didn't go to RCB and went to Punjab Kings. I think a lot of people were discussing whether he will come to RCB since he's a Bangalore boy and RCB will go after him because he knows the Chinnaswamy very well and that could have been a good addition as an uncapped player.
You believe it or not, Pawan, I'm just telling it. I have told it in the RCB official page video also. Like, I literally want Vidwan Kavirappa in RCB because it's not because he's a localite or he knows Chinnaswamy well. He's been outstanding in the form. He was outstanding in form in the before the auction, the whatever series, the local Premier League or whatever, even in the what do you want to tell the SMAT or something. Even in all that, he had performed so much, and his economy is under the par, which is very impressive. See, being a RCB bowler, finding a bowler who can bowl at 6.20 or 7 over, it was only Josh. Josh Hazlewood was the only player who had bowled at 6.20 and 7 over, except for that one match where he got smashed for 43. So yes, I was literally rooting for Vidwan Kavirappa or Vasuki Kaushik. Only those two paces I had it in my mind. Any of them one will come. Instead of him, they pick some players which I don't want to mention. So yeah, it happens. Some miscalculations do happen with the management, and it's not like whatever fans ask, management has to buy, because they have their own motives and they have done their own research. See, it's easy to tell for us. We sit in home, we tell we want him, we want him. So it depends on that.
Mm.
Hope he went for base price to Punjab. Hope at least he performs well there.
Mm.
It's he's our local right now. We never wish bad luck to him. So at least he performs well. He gets selected to national team like that.
Mm.
Now he's stepping into his career, so let him perform well. But missing him in RCB is true, because I literally rooted for Kavirappa. Even I was telling it on your live
Yeah.
also, because I want Vidwant, I
Yes.
want Vidwant. But it's not like all the time is my day, so it's okay. We'll have our talents only groom like Manoj or Rajan Kumar, or we have our junior Umran Malik. So we want to tame them. So Siraj and Umran Malik attacking from RCB, Umran Malik and Natrajan attacking from SRH. It will be nice to see.
True. Let's talk with Rohan now. Let's talk about Faf du Plessis' captaincy because last season it was his first season. We know Kohli still has some influence with the RCB team, but still I think Faf did a good job. I think they went to the playoffs for the first time, and 3 seasons in a row that RCB went to playoffs also last season. So that was good. A little bit of dependence from Mumbai, but yeah, anyways, RCB went to the playoffs. Your thoughts about Faf's captaincy last year? Because we know he's an experienced captain. He played for CSK, RCB, even captain South Africa, and we expected Faf to do a good job. So your thoughts, Rohan, about Faf's captaincy?
Man, to start, he's a very cool and relaxed guy, man. That's very important for a captain, even in a domestic tournament, let alone in a high pressure tournament like an IPL. So, also, as you said, being from CSK, that Dhoni influence will be much valued thing for a captain. And Faf has really learned certain arts from the great Tala himself. I can see that. And having a good bond and rapport with people like Virat, Maxwell, these things also, that gelling of that bond with your core leadership group, that's also important, because he being an overseas captain, which I always say in IPL, you may not know the talents or the skills of the local domestic players who will also be part of one of the key positions in each teams. So that's where the coaching staff or your local senior players, they will be the ones who will be guiding him on how to use a particular player skill set for a particular part of the game. So that's where someone like a Virat or Siraj, being a senior guy now, who has played IPL for last 7-8 seasons, his inputs will be very vital for someone like Faf from the batting unit as well as the bowling unit. Senior players who are the Indian players, they have to guide him, showing him where it will be best suited to use our local players. So that's where Faf, I think, has really grasped that thing and done really well for RCB. I mean, as you said, 3 seasons in a row for playoffs. I think it's high time we go that one more step high. I know the squad on paper looks okay only, but we know game is never played on the paper. Last season, Gujarat Titans, everybody wrote them off
Yeah.
literally after seeing the squad, but where they are, the champions, man. So it's like on the day, on those big games, which is your eliminator and the qualifiers and finals, if you have those good day, if you, I mean, first of all, reach those playoffs, it's like one good knock or one good spell can win you the game. So it's all on that particular day how it happens. Captaincy can only take you to a certain place only. End of the day, the team, the players who are in that team, how well they bond together, all those things off the field, which is also important, how you bond with your all those sessions that they have. That's where all that impact will be seen on field also with the results. Not taking too much stress and not letting the results affect you in case certain things go bad. That's where the captaincy is really shown, where maybe he leads from the front, does that impactful knock to get that maybe the winning started, those things, because he's an opener, by the way, so he sets the tone in the start of the innings itself. So all those things factors in. I'll say Faf is a decent captain for RCB, but hoping let's have the, we know that slogan that everybody says, but this time really mean it, man.
Let's talk about the RCB squad. So we'll mention the players. So there's Faf du Plessis as captain. Cole is there. Maxwell, Mohammad Siraj, Harshal Patel, Hasranga, DK is there. Shabas Ahmed, Rajat Patidar, Anuj Rawat, Akash Deep, Josh Hazelwood, David Willie, Michael Bracewell, Mahipal Lomro, Finn Allen, Suyash Prabhudesai, Reece Topley, Karan Sharma, Siddharth Cole, Himanshu Sharma, Manoj Bandage, Rajan Kumar, Avinash Singh, and Sonu Yadav. Coming to Sanjay, this is the question. I mean, do you expect Kohli to open alongside Faf du Plessis? Because last time we saw the left-hand, right-handed with Anuj Rawat opening with Faf du Plessis last season. Do you see that there will be a change within the RCB camp regarding the openers this season? Do you expect again Virat Kohli to play at number 3? Perhaps so. Do you see a change? Because I mean, Anuj Rawat was not that bad, but obviously I think you're missing a Padikal. I mean, Padikal at RR, I don't know what he's doing at number 4 right now, but that is where he's adapting, and yeah, that is the exact thing why what RR will be doing this season also. But unfortunately, they had to release Padikal, and I mean, because of the mega auctions, and he's not been utilized well at RR. But still, is that a do you think that RCB will obviously make Kohli and Faf to open, or do you see Rajwat, Anuj Rawat, and Faf to open? Your thoughts?
But literally, let me just speak the facts first. But if you ask me, I want Virat Kohli at number 3. He's just ruling at number 3 from last year, bro. Like, he's unstoppable. He has scored a century. He in T20 World Cup, we have seen how he has played against Pakistan or beat. It all came at number 3 positions only. But when it comes to IPL, it will be like total different scenario for him. He'll start performing at when he opens. So I think that Anuj Rawat and Fab didn't work out for us in the last season, because we tried it for 7 8 matches. We gave not even 1 2 3 7 to 8 matches. We gave a try, and it didn't come out well. We need that 6 overs. The first 6 overs what you play is very important, because the runs you score there is very important, because later on the field will be set apart, and you can't go for the big shots. Like you can't take aerial shot risk, because you'll go for a catch or something like that. So I think it's not Virat Kohli. I think I've sent you the playing
Yeah.
11.
Yes.
I have made it. I have made Virat only to open this season, because only for that factor we need the start. So for example, Virat is such a player. If he if he gets the new ball, if he gets what do you tell? If he get used to the new ball, if Virat is playing aggressive shots, Faf is someone like he has a good experience and he starts to anchor the role. So 1 over Virat plays the aggressive role, and 1 over Faf plays, because they both are good running in between the wickets also. That also adds on a plus point. So for me, I think I still choose Virat Kohli to open this season, because we don't have another alternative opener. Only on that reason I am taking Virat
Hmm.
Kohli. If Maxwell was ruled out of injury, I had a different 11, because I would have brought in someone like Finn Allen into the squad. So keeping in mind that Maxi is back, so I don't think RCB will drop Maxwell.
Hmm.
So that's the reason I brought Virat back to the playing 11.
Hmm.
I mean, not playing 11, I mean to the opening.
Yeah. True.
People will kill me now.
All right.
Me being his fan talking this.
Talking about Virat Kohli, also continuing, Rohan, we see the Virat Kohli of 2019 back, obviously scoring centuries in all three formats. He really is back from where he was back in 2019. Had a few years of a gap without a century, but now he's got his confidence back. Can we expect Virat Kohli perhaps similar 2016 performance from Virat Kohli this season? I'm not telling exactly for him. I mean, not hopefully telling him to get 800, 900 runs, but still maybe around 600, 700 runs. Can we expect that, especially with his confidence this year? He's been doing well since the 2022, since the Asia Cup, that 100 against Afghanistan. He's been in good touch, obviously scoring 50s also last year, but now we are seeing the big innings from Kohli coming. Recently got a double century, or sorry, 186 against Australia also in the Test match. 2020 got a century as well. So your thoughts about Kohli's form right now?
See, all those darshans to the temples word finally from him also and his fans also, I'll say. So to get those hundreds. But that aside, see, one thing is all those ups and downs happen. And when you are really down from there, once you get that, it's like the tiger. Once he tastes blood again, it's difficult to stop one.
Hmm.
So I think he's got that 100 out of the way. He knows he's in form now. He can be a bit more relaxed mentally, because end of the day, your mind is what gets you all those runs. Your form, all those things are the factors that are byproducts of your
Hmm.
mindset. Because he's damn fit, man. We have seen him in that Ahmedabad
Yes.
test.
Yes.
I think he hit about 5 or 6 boundaries in his
Hmm.
100. That shows that guy is supremely fit in that Ahmedabad heat to get that 100, almost 80% of your runs in ones and twos. That shows fitness, man.
Yes.
So that thing is never in doubt for a Virat Kohli. It's all in the mind.
Hmm.
And if he gets off to a start in the beginning of the tournament, then 2016 will be nothing, man. I think he can even exceed that, to be honest. But that's a once in a lifetime kind of a season that he
Yeah.
had. What we as fans is, he needs to be himself, that Virat Kohli, not that aggressive kind of guy who will keep swearing at it after getting those 50s or hundreds. No, we don't want that. We want him to make an impactful innings that will help in the team winning. We want Virat, once he's opening, as Sanjay said, to be the guy who will be there till the end, because we know once he stays till the end, he'll get those big shots anyway. He just needs support from the other end. Yes, sometimes he may not come off, or certain umpires may be there who can give him those wrong decisions, but that will happen. That's part of the game, man. It'll all balance out in the end, if to be honest. But main thing for me is how he gets off those first 3 4 games. If he gets runs, trust me, he's gonna have a jackpot season. If not, again, all these questions from your media, people like us, fans, etc., all these things will come into picture.
Hmm.
But that may not affect a person like a Virat Kohli. It's just for noise.
Yeah. Agree.
End of the day, that's all it is. Thing is to shut the critics up first. 3-4 games.
Mm.
Even especially if RCB wins, that will be a huge factor in case Virat doesn't do well. If the team is winning, all those things are kept aside. Not just for Virat, any player in who is not doing well, out of form, etc. If the team is
Right.
winning, all those things can be given him. Let's give one more chance. Let's not touch the playing 11. All these things talks come up,
Yes.
right? So the players get that extended one more chance, etc. So end of the day, if the team is winning, everyone will be doing their roles to perfection, and Virat also has to contribute. But I really hope Virat Kohli has a damn good season for RCB fans and his fans and everyone, for Indian cricket's sake.
I agree.
Just to add on to Rohan's
Yeah.
point, so yeah, after the unbox event, we are planning him to send to ISKCON, Radheshwar temple, everything, so he can cover temples in Bangalore.
Any other left man?
Because it
Tirth
worked out
Yatra
for
pe.
Rahul as well. He came back, he scored a finishing knock in ODI. So
Yeah. All going to the
He's
luck
the new
temple
secret of
right
our
now.
energy. Yeah.
Yes, it's in the media right now. All right, coming to Sanjay, let's talk about Hasaranga because we know Hasaranga was the highest wicket taker for RCB last season. This time he's going to play in the Chinnaswamy. This is not Mumbai. We saw how Hasaranga struggled first season when he was at the Chinnaswamy. He only got 2 games but didn't make impact. But now he's back home and away. But Hasaranga, we know he's in damn good form right now. But I would suggest right now to RCB, obviously utilize his batting. I think this is the thing that RCB didn't utilize Hasaranga's batting last season, made him to bat at number 9, number 8, number 9. Even there, he couldn't perform. But what can we expect, Sanjay, this time? Can we expect the all-rounder Hasaranga this time, especially with the bat? Because the last few season, I mean, franchise leagues that he's going around, he's scoring with the bat as well. We know with the ball, no doubt, but obviously Chinnaswamy is like one of the toughest for spinners. We know that Chahal has succeeded. We know Chahal is brilliant when it comes to Chinnaswamy, but not many spinners have succeeded at the Chinnaswamy. And an overseas spinner like Hasaranga, do you think he can replicate what Chahal has done, the success? So maybe near that, maybe 20 wickets, 15, 20 wickets this season, can we expect from Hasaranga?
yeah, because but let me put this one thing. I think succeeding Chahal in Chinnaswamy is like it's a huge task for any other bowlers, beat any foreign bowler or any Indian bowler, because he has made that mark. Because Chahal has got such an experience. I'm talking about Chahal first. Chahal has got such an experience. He has been bashed like anything in Chinnaswamy. At the same time, he has taken the same wickets at the same time, and he has proved that I can take wickets even in Chinnaswamy as a spinner. So, but when you come back to Hasaranga, but and take Chinnaswamy is a very small ground. A Bangalore ground is a very small ground. For spinners, it's very dangerous. So you will have someone like Dhoni or someone like KL Rahul attacking from the opponent, and you'll have someone like Hasaranga bowling to them in the death or the finishing overs. I mean, from 13 to 18, if you have Hasaranga bowling in that stage, I think people like Rahul can take them easily because Rahul performs like a beast in IPL. So there is no doubt in that. So for Hasaranga, I don't know because I am expecting this is his first time reading the Bangalore pitch. I think he has not been any series also this time. I think Hasaranga is reading the Bangalore pitch for the first time. No SL India series, nothing happened here. I think Hasaranga can take a good test of it because he's like after the first season he after the first season he played, he learned from those 2 matches where he leaked 10-15 runs, and he came back stronger in the second season, and he almost equaled and he almost had the purple cap unless and until that Chahal picked the crucial wicket in the finals. If he hadn't done that on the economy basis, Saranga would have won the purple cap. So keeping last season's form in mind and the current form of Hasaranga in bowling is like awesome. And when you talk about Hasaranga as a batter, I don't know, like still I haven't seen, as far as IPL perspective, I haven't seen a batsman hitting six offside as Asaranga does it so easily. In other leagues, I'm just seeing offside. He takes the ball so easily, like he's clearing sixes in the offside, and I'm like, wow, being a right hand batsman, he's clearing sixes to the offside. Yes, but if you promote him up the order, like after Dinesh Karthik instead of Shahbaz Ahmed, you can try Asaranga in Chinnaswamy. I think you can get a better out of him as a batsman. So I think for him to prove as a batsman, Chinnaswamy is the best ground, I would tell, because of the shorter ground and the pitch is a batting friendly pitch. How much ever like whatever the pitch report comes, like due factor or anything, at the end of the day it converts into batting pitch. We all know that, and we have seen that as well.
Hmm.
So this season I am expecting Asaranga as an all rounder. So let me check.
Ron, any
what
points to
happens.
add about that? Do you think Hasaranga can bat at 7 perhaps and contribute with the bat as well? Because last time we know with the ball, he obviously picked up 20 plus wickets, but we know Hasaranga can also, he's capable of his batting. It's the only he has to believe, obviously, whether he can actually save
Mm.
RCB in certain matches. But we didn't see that much from Hasaranga last season. But I think with the form that he's in with the 2020 matches that he's been playing for Sri Lanka and also in franchise, I expect Hasaranga to have a good season with the bat because in domestic in Sri Lanka he plays at number 5. I think in I think this
Mm.
Dubai, I mean this Abu Dhabi also I think he played at number 5 and all also in this UAE leagues and also your thoughts.
See, if you're depending on him to save us, then we're in big trouble, man, with the bat
But there could
to
be
start with.
scenarios like that, no, maybe one or two matches perhaps. You never know, right? In
Okay.
analysis.
Yeah. See. I'll see. Generally, what happens in T20s, the game is won by your number 6, 7, 8 guys only. That's where the strength of a Mumbai or a Chennai was there with a Pollard, the Pandya brothers, etc., and or Dhoni, Jadeja. Same way, RCB's problem was with those finishers 6, 7, 8. We didn't have the guy who could win. We always had that star power, star-studded top 3 or 4. Once they fail in key games, we are done and dusted. But because of us, Dinesh Karthik, Shahbaz Ahmed, even Maipal Lomlor, if Asaranga can add on and support these guys, because one guy can't do Dhoni for us, 3, 4 people have to do that role for RCB. So Hasaranga has that ability. Unfortunately, I think he sometimes is in a fifth gear already before he starts to get set.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets set for those 3, 4 balls in a T20, it's enough time,
Mm.
man. Then he can play short. Sometimes he goes too early. The short selection sometimes is in question. Like we see the mid on or up, the bowler will be bowling back of a length. Instead of going square of the wicket, he's trying to go straight,
Yes.
which ends up hitting the splice of the bat and catches in mid
Mm.
on. So it's not utilizing your brain in here in terms of reading the match situation. I think that's where his batting ability is still not utilized because he himself has not used that cricketing brain, as we
Yeah.
say. But with the bowling point of view, he's a very street smart guy, man. He once the batsman is in that attack mode, he knows that's his best chance to pick wickets. So in Chinnaswamy, there will be a little bit of help for spinners. Yeah, it can be a six hitting ground, yes, but he's a kind of guy who may get hit for 2 6s. Third ball, he'll still look for that wicket.
Yeah.
So that's where your chances are in T20s, picking up wickets. Asaranga is a smart and attacking bowler. The only thing is he can't do is what a Chal would do is ball that wide outside the off stump line, trying to get saved at times. That's not Hasaranga's thing. His thing will be that googly, the slider on to get those LBW balls. That's where his strength is. He should stick to that. Because Chinnaswamy is such a small ground, even the misses will go for sixes. So he can't do that outside off stump line. So his thing will be to attack and get the batsman out with the keeping the stumps in mind a lot more. Batting front, as I said, little bit of improvement is required
Yeah.
in here. Bowling, no
I
issues,
agree.
man.
I agree. Sanjay, coming back to you, let's talk about the Indian fast bowling attack. We know Siraj obviously is in prime form right now, and there is no doubt. But what can we expect of, as we call, Purple Patel, Harshal Patel this time? Because we know he lost his place in the Indian team right now, squad. He's coming back. He picked up the purple cap 2 seasons ago. Now he's no longer spoken about. What can we expect about Harshal Patel? I think even Akash Deep is there, but he was dropped also by RCB for after a few games last season. Didn't quite hit up the mark. So your thoughts, Harshal Patel, especially death. Can we trust Harshal Patel in the death? I mean, especially RCB seeing how he's performed for India. Everyone was sort of in disbelief with how Harshal Patel has been bowling. I mean, in the past 6 months, especially I think in the Asia Cup, he didn't do that well, which is why he had a poor, miserable 2020 World Cup and eventually was dropped and not even spoken about. So I think that IPL is sort of his revival time, I suppose, hopefully, for Harshad Patel. So your thoughts, because this bowler is capable, he has the talents. He has got the purple cap also 2 to 3 seasons ago. So your thoughts?
Yeah, basically before if Akash Deep comes in, even I can make it into RCB. So that is not the reason. Taking that aside, talking about Siraj, yeah, Siraj has been a good. See, at present, if you're talking about Siraj, he's in a red hot form. He like in ODI, he's taking wickets like anything. Minimum of 2 3 wickets are coming to his name per match, except the last match of Australia, I don't want to speak about. So according when you see check Siraj stats, he has a good average and good strike rate. The only fault is in IPL is his economy, like in the power play or in the death. Again, in the last season, he was a bit off form. But after the IPL, he again pumped back in his training, and even in the Test match and even in the ODI, he was good and back. So this
Yes.
time, I would still trust Siraj because Siraj has that capability. After having 2 3 continuous bad seasons, he has learned the as Rohan was telling in the start, he has learned that raw pace doesn't work here. In IPL, it's in T20, not even in IPL. In T20 games, raw pace doesn't work. This is not Test cricket or ODI where you can produce pure pace. Because if you this time we are back in home after 3 years,
Yeah.
message can take to a six in Chinnaswamy because I had been to a CCL match. I've seen so many messages going for a six. If celebrities can take that to a six, I'm just comparing it. Imagine a professional cricketers and international cricketer level, even if they miss it, imagine the power in that miss it. So based on that, I'm Siraj can do the best. When you talk about Harshal Patel, yes, I don't know why people troll Harshal Patel so much. Even after getting the purple cap, the one reason the injury was his only concern. Before Asia Cup or something, he was badly injured and he was out. So that's
Hmm.
the reason he couldn't make it into the World Cup. We all expected that Harshal would be the go-to bowler for Rohit Sharma. Since Rohit
Yeah.
Sharma's captaincy, Harshal debuted under Rohit Sharma only, but yes, he's been performing good against New Zealand, against all the teams. He had picked some good wickets, and he was the leading wicket taker for India in T20Is until he was injured. Actually, apart from Shardul Thakur, he was the only one who had been having the good strike rate and average. That one injury has changed his fortune. He came back again. He started leaking 19-20 runs in the death, which really costed matches for India. After that, I haven't seen Harshal Patel now. I think he's been playing some domestic cricket. So if I check Harshal Patel on the unboxing day, there will be a practice match. He'll be coming to the practice match as well. So based
Yeah.
on that, I can. But Harshal Patel, still I trust him because in the last season, though he didn't pick wickets, he was most economical for RCB. If you consider 7.7 his economy was, and he had picked somewhere around 8 or 9 wickets. That's all. But he picked wickets at not at regular intervals. He wasn't given a complete quota of 4 overs, two, three, one, or four in some particular matches. This time, I think you can see a complete Harshal Patel and Siraj.
Hmm. All right. Rohan, let's talk about the pitch. I think we already spoken about the pitch, but pitch conditions. But we know it's a batting paradise, obviously, at the RC. But there could be anomalies. There could be at instances where there are teams going to be all out for low scores as well. That has happened in the past at the Chinnaswamy. But can we expect something at least for the bowlers this season? I know it's after 3 years. We cannot judge mainly on Chinnaswamy. Obviously, we can judge basically on the domestic matches and the Indian matches that have been played over there at the Chinnaswamy for the past 3 years. But Rohan, any other possibilities that could happen in the pitch conditions this time? Batting first, is batting first going to be where teams will go? Toss might not matter much. So, your thoughts?
No, I mean, if it's a damn good batting pitch, T20s, everybody likes to chase, man. So I think generally that's the way people will go at the Chinnaswamy. Chasing is the go-to there. But thing is, we do know April, May, there is chances of showers at times. So if there is always a bit of a cloudy weather, there will be some nip of the air. Fast bowlers can enjoy, especially if they're bowling first. They'll have that advantage. That's where those low-scoring games will be an odd monopoly to be there for a Bangalore pitch. But going by the historic thing, always batting will be the key thing here. You expect 175, 180 kind of a par score here, which can be chased. But I hope sincerely this time, unlike your CCL and stuff like that, we don't want the misses to go for six. To be honest, man, because let's have those boundaries little more extended. Let's see a proper game. We don't want those small boundaries there because there is enough space back behind those boundary holdings there, which can be extended. Let's give a fair chance to the bowlers also, where if they have defeated a batsman in the air or off the pitch, let them get that chance to get rewarded. We see grounds like Mohali, which are damn big. Ahmedabad also, where the spinners can also come into play because pitch here does grip a little bit, and we don't want a good ball from Hasaranga, which can be gotten a leading edge to travel for a six, be a deciding factor, man. Here, so let's. No, I'm just saying as a example, but we want
Yeah,
a
I
quality
agree.
of cricket should be good. If the grounds are a little more bigger, if the pitch is flatter, we want the
Yes.
boundaries to be extended to the maximum that they can, rather than just keeping bringing it in.
Yeah, we don't want to see WPL first. I think it's currently
Yeah.
50-meter dimensions and all, and it's easy for the batters with sixes. So yeah, we don't want to see that in IPL also, because I mean, bigger the ground, I think it's better for the bowlers as
Yeah.
well. Then the bowlers also will be at
It'll be a
advantage as
fair
well.
contest, Pawan, don't you think? It'll be a fair thing. If you're a good
Yeah.
enough player to clear those big boundaries, well on you, man. But at least if you
Yes.
do a mistake, there should be a chance to get rewarded. I know may not happen
Okay.
all the time, but at least a chance.
Yes. All right, let's talk about the schedule, Sanjay. As we know, RCB have a slightly different schedule compared to other teams, because we know RCB usually has home and away matches in parallel. But as we know, I think there's election going on in Bangalore, I think in May. So, which is why I think the first, I think the out of the five matches, I think the top four. All right, I'm sorry, the four matches out of five is going to be at home, and the rest will be, I think I think the last five will be at away. I think the last match will be at home, but before that, last five matches will be away. So your thoughts on that, Sanjay? This time, five away matches towards the back end, that could also backfire RCB this time, but your thoughts?
ये हमारा लाइफ है बहुत कष्ट है bro. See, we have been playing we have been playing away since 3 years, and this year we come back to home after 3 years and we still get only three or four games out of seven, which is very sad. All teams at least they complete the seven home games. But yes,
Yeah.
due to the election matters in Bangalore, yes, we are allowed to play only 4 year. Five will be out, and the last game will be back at Chinnaswamy. Utilize these four matches properly in Bangalore and make some mark, and show what do you like, show the other teams like, yes, we can do something good in Bangalore after coming back, whether be it the Pacers or, as Rohan told, Hasaranga can produce some magic here, as he goes only for that LBW, and he's like wicket to wicket bowler. Like if Chahal had the technique of getting tempting the batsman for a six, and as he told the wide off stump, his trademark ball under Dhoni, which he learned that he was producing that ball and he was taking the wickets.
Yeah.
And the five back-to-back away matches, it might not be disadvantage if your players are in good form and if they are well aware of the conditions. The only
Mm.
thing is like back to back, we'll go in traveling only for one from one place to another, then reading the pitch conditions of, for example, you travel to Lucknow first, there clear match, then come back to Hyderabad. That will be a batting paradise, and even when you come back to Hyderabad, for example, it might be a bowling pitch for you. So reading the
Yes.
condition back to back, like you see, first May we have six, after sixth we have only ninth May, after ninth we have 3 4 days gap. So that might be a greater advantage for us. I don't tell it is a disadvantage, because if you are a professional cricketer and if you are a well experienced international cricketer, any pitch shouldn't be obstacle for you or a disturbance for you. You have to go out and perform. I think half of RCB players have played all over India, including Fab Duplessis. I'm saying he has been
Yes.
some n number of tours to India with his national team, and he has been playing with CSK. So yes, we are well aware of the pitches. I don't see it as a disadvantage until and unless team comes up and perform.
Yeah, I think talk about RCB schedule. I think they play MI first. I think that could be a very interesting picture, but it's at home and the Chinnaswamy. Rohan, your thoughts, especially of the first match against MI? It's at the Chinnaswamy. Is going to be very exciting. And talking about RCB's pictures, also they play. I think they play MI twice. They play DC twice. They play LST twice. I think they play. I think GT twice, if I'm not mistaken. No, I can't remember. One
KKR
team.
twice.
GD
KKR
once.
twice. Yes.
Hmm.
Your thoughts, especially first match against MI, good rivalry to start with for RCB, and four matches twice. So your thoughts on the
See,
scheduling?
first of
Yeah.
all, April 2nd is a very important day for Indian cricket, man. That's the day 2011 World Cup was won. I know,
Yeah.
sorry, against Sri Lanka,
Yes.
but no hard feelings there. But
Yeah.
another thing is, we know Mumbai Indians start a bit slow, man. So that's a chance for us to get that first win, hopefully, because even we are strugglers to start with only. So two
Mm.
struggling teams, somebody's gonna win, hopefully. If there is
Yes.
no rain, hope we never know. Since
Mm.
Oh, because we do know tomorrow is a festival for all the people here, Yugadi. So just a chance here, just to wish everyone tomorrow's Yugadi. Generally, the rains do come after this festival, so we don't know when it's gonna pour, because we know in Bangalore when it pours, man. Okay, be it runs and sixes or rain, it does pour a lot. So hoping there is no damage to the game due to weather interventions. But sincerely do hope everything goes out well for RCB the first game. If they win, that can be a stepping stone, as I said, to the entire team, the big players, to come good in the next 3-4 games to set the tone to begin the tournament. Or else, we know it's a long tournament. We'll just be there to add on to the matches.
No,
Hmm.
to add on to what Rohan told, just to tell, I've had enough of telling first match they were. I want to tell first match is for us. So I think we have to win. Means Pawan, first match is for they were game. Means first match is for God. When we lose, we used to tell it is dedicated to the God. So no,
You don't know,
I want
man.
to end
Maybe
that.
we have a god in the Mumbai camp himself, so we may be just dedicating. They may be dedicating to us also.
Yeah. So
All right.
we don't want to dedicate this time. We want to dedicate it to the fans. So yes, we might be winning the opener.
Hmm.
And yes, considering the current form of Mumbai players, be it Beautiful Kishan or Beautiful Sky, so they are in a good key form in the series of against Australia. So, but I'm not complaining Surya Kumar Yadav because Surya Kumar Yadav is no one. That fellow, he can't be predicted at all.
Yes.
T20,
Yes.
he turns on his beast mode. Like the button is here, he just presses the beast mode button and he'll still go guns blazing. And yes,
Hmm.
Mumbai is a little short. When you see Mumbai's bowling unit again, it will be disappointed. It is more or less like a last season only. Apart from
Yeah.
Jofra Archer, you don't see any good bowlers. Jofra Archer in the recent series against Bangladesh, he performed well with the ball. He took
Hmm.
3 wickets or 2 wickets. He was very economical.
All right.
Apart from Jofra Archer, I don't think we will find anyone who supports and adds value to the team. It should be a complete batting dependable team. So that's the reason. Like it's not like I'm degrading Mumbai or something. When you check
Hmm.
RCB, even we have nonetheless we also have the same problem for the first 3 matches because we'll be missing out Hasaranga also until April 8th or something. We'll be seeing him against the match against DC. So until that, for the 2 matches we can't see Hasaranga also. So hoping the best. So we perform our best up to the marks against Mumbai and steal the win.
ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ನಪ್ಪ ಇವನು ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ಯಪ್ಪ
Yeah. Practice match only will know what is our team. That's the
Yeah, I
reason
mean,
I'm going for unbox.
unbox also the two legends will be there in Chris Gale and AB de Villiers. So an honor for them to retire the jerseys. So that'll be something for the RCB fans there to see the trio in Virat, Gale, and ABD again together. So once lost, we have taken over his show, guys. Basically,
See, that's the power
RCB.
of RCB. RCB is learning to take over everything. We haven't pushed it to USA League, so we don't want to have 3 heart attacks.
Yeah,
Sorry, I think my connection had some issues. But your
Yeah,
Rohan, your thoughts? I
yeah.
mean, playing 11, you added Mahipal Ramro. You think he'll play most of the matches this time? Seeing him batting at 5, I think he some games he didn't play. I think for RCB came at the latter end. But you expect Ramro to play most of the matches this time?
See, he's again the kind of a player who will make the best use of his whatever abilities he has, man. And he's a decent left arm spinner. He's a captain of Rajasthan, so again, leadership quality he brings in reading the match situations. Again, a left-hander. We need left-handers in the top 3 or 4. So Lomlor, I'm trying to use him there as a floater, basically, because we have Shabazz later on. But if Lomlor is given that chance, I think he will perform well. We have seen him when he did for Rajasthan Royals earlier. He batted pretty well in the decent outings which he got for RCB. Also, his batting was something which we are very happy of. So I hope Lomlor gets the chance to showcase his talent with the bat at the top of the order, because I really see certain domestic talents only who can do well in case our big guys fail. So Lomlor is a kind of player who knows to absorb the pressure. If early couple of wickets are gone, Lomlor can be your guy.
So, and Topley over Hazelwood is it because of his injury concerns? So
Yes,
is Topley just all right?
another reason is the left arm angle. We know T20s left armers do generally well, and he has a good death seed. I hope so. क्या हुआ भाई? Oops, seems like your stream.
Yeah, you are
Uh,
okay. Okay. Yeah.
okay, that's why I went for top league.
All right. Let's go to Sanjay's playing 11. So Sanjay's gone with Faf, Kohli, Patidar. I think the same playing 11 except for Avinash Singh. I think he's gone with, and I think this guy. I think Rohan went with Harshal. Sorry. Who did you go with? I
Lomlor.
think Lombro. Yeah. So your thoughts on Avinash Singh in this playing 11? Sanjay, any thoughts on that? Going
See,
for uncapped.
Avinash Singh, the reason I picked him was it's like he started playing cricket a year back. But if he can produce a pace, as Rohan told, if he can produce a pace something like 144 or 150, and Avinash Singh, Himanshu Sharma, Sonu Yadav, and Manoj Badhangia, they have been practicing in the Chinnaswamy since days. It's not like they are coming to the practice with the national players, which is happening on 25th. So international players and all they'll be coming on 25th, and from for them it will be a practice. These local players they have started practice from February or January. So I think our bowling scout or our coaches have been teaching him the line and length where he has to bowl. So I have just included his name just for at least for 2-3 matches just to see how he bowls. Like even when you check Umran Malik's debut season, he was leaking runs. Even though now he leaks, but he has learned the line and length here and there. He produces 1, 2, 3 matches. He goes economical. The other 2, 3 matches he gets bashed. But he's taking wickets on regular, consistent basis. Last season he took somewhere around 17 to 20 wickets. It all came off at a good rate. He like at a good rate means there was none of them was a catch. It was clean bowled or he would have gone for LB. So yes,
Yes.
that thing I think if Avinash is trained well, he would be a key point. Only for that reason I picked him. For the
All right.
first, his pace was impressive, whatever the stat sheet was. But then when I checked, these were practicing from long back. Manoj, Avinash, Himanshu Sharma, and Sonu Yadav since the day they were picked. Somewhere you can say late January or February. Even we saw DK practicing with them in the RCB this thing also. So considering all that in my mind, I went for Avinash Singh. I had Lomror in mind, but
Hmm.
still I excluded Lomror and added back Avinash Singh.
Even in the impact players, I think you excluded Lombro and you added Finn Allen. I think Rohan added Bracewell. Finn Allen was been added by Sanjay. Your thoughts why Finn Allen is been added as impact player and no Lombro seen in this impact player? Why is that, Sanjay?
See, Manoj, as I told, I explained that long back mechanism in that bowling department when bowlers are making runs. Himanshu Sharma is another spin bowler. We don't have off spinner very now and often. Hasaranga is also a leggy, and Shahbaz Ahmed is actually a proper all rounder. We use him as a part time bowler. We bring him only when his necessity is there. So Himanshu Sharma can also produce something like that. The reason I bought Finn Allen is simple that he's a very aggressive batsman. Be it in the starting a power play or be it in the ending power play, even the recent series, even in the T20 World Cup against Australia when he scored that 84 or something, it was brilliant. That 84 runs, what he scored, the shot selections and the timing, it was so good. For that reason, I picked Finn Allen. For example, you have someone like this. I'm keeping in my mind. We are going only with three foreigners. So if RCB has different plans for Hasaranga, like as Rohan Slaven, exclude a foreigner, include someone like Mahipal Lomrore in the team, increase your batting depth and increase your additional spinner also. If that is the case, if Maxwell is unable to perform in the key overs you need, 14 to 15, you
Yep.
need somewhere around 70 runs in 40 balls. We can't see Maxwell performing due to injury. And so at that time, you can bring in someone like Finn Allen, use impact player, you can turn that, you can bring in Finn Allen, where he can produce that runs for you. Only for that reason, I've included Finn Allen. That's all.
All right. Last question, guys, before we end the stream. To Rohan first. Which one uncapped player other than Rajat Patidar? We know Rajat Patidar had a good season last time, so we know his talents. But other than him, who do you think will be that uncapped player for RCB that can perform? And one player overall from the RCB squad from both of you that can perform this season. Let's start with Rohan and then end it with Sanjay.
I am excited for Manoj Bandage, man. Not just because he's from our Karnataka, but his talents, being a left-hander at number 6 or 7 to come and do that finishing role, and also be a medium pacer who bowls us cutters, etc. At the slog overs. I think that's where I'll be exciting to see if RCB knows his skill sets and can utilize his skill sets properly, because it's always a huge question mark for RCB not utilizing skill sets of the domestic players properly.
Mm.
and putting pressure on them. I don't want them, just give them a free hand, go out there, even if they get hammered, no issues. We'll give you those 5 games, no issue. Like that, just give them that confidence to excel in their abilities. That is what I want people like Bandage or any of these uncapped players to go out there and do well, even an Avinash Singh, etc. But another guy, Rajat Patidar, he's almost into that Indian team now. He's in the squad on and off. But I'm really excited because he's in form, man. He knows how to score runs, and we know bloody well in T20s those runs when you're in form can win you games. Last time we saw that 100. I think this time Rajat Patidar should go to that next level, because there's always been that bogey, one season wonders and all those things across
Yeah.
all teams. We don't want that one season thing and second season all those etc. memes and negativity coming on any of the players. We want
Yes.
him to carry on, because he's into that Indian team, Indian squad area around those best 20 players at least. If he does well, he can step up. So from that point of sake, for Indian cricket point of sake, not just for RCB, I want players like Rajat Patidar to step up now.
All right. Sanjay, one uncapped player to watch out for, and capped player. Rohan, if you want, you can leave. Actually,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Thank you, guys. As
Yeah.
just before ending, let's say, man, that ಈ ಸಲ
Cup
ನಮ್ದೇನೆ
namde.
Cup number.
ಬರ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ನಾನ್ ಮಗನ್.
All right. All
So
right.
thanks,
Thanks,
guys. Take
Rohan.
care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's ask from Sanjay. One uncapped player and one capped player to watch out for RCB.
See, cap player, I would tell it is Virat Kohli, because not just he's like he's my favorite player or a star player. He's in a good form. When you check T20 stats, he's been performing good. He's averaging at a good rate, like 55 point something, and he's striking the ball very good. So for me, cap players, you can't name only Virat. I have many members in the name. Faf might
Mm.
perform. Even Maxi might step up out of wonder. Uncapped, I think, apart from Rajat Patel, if you ask me, it is Manoj Bhattacharya only, because he can give you both bowling and batting, and he can be a perfect finisher for RCB. That area where we were missing, as one mentioned in the starting of the meet, every team has the 6, 7, 8. Delhi
Yeah.
had Shardul Thakur, Akshar Patel. In fact, Delhi has Akshar Patel. Kolkata now has Shardul Thakur. Chennai has Jadeja. And Gujarat has someone like Ayush Badoni or something. So only
Yes.
we were missing at 6, 7, 8 spot. I think with roping in Manoj Bhajangi, I think they have filled that slot. Bring him in playing 11. If he is not performing one match, give him chance 2, 3 matches. So he will perform. He'll step up. He's someone a watch out guy for me. Manoj is, if he goes going, he's very dangerous. And even in the bowling, he reads the batsman very well.
Mm.
You can tell he reads it like get a 15 runs in the first over. The second over might be a 4-run over and a wicket for you. So
Yeah.
for me, capped is like Virat Kohli as of now because of his form, and uncapped is Manoj Badang.
All right. Talking about the teams, who do you see as a threat for RCB? Do you think, first of all, RCB will go to the playoffs for the fourth season? And the opportunities that they have, do you think they can get the first title, obviously, in the IPL with the squad that they have? And also, second question before we wrap things up, any teams that you think will be a challenge for RCB this season, considering the fixtures and schedule and the squads as well?
Actually, to tell with the start with the bad news or bad news or something, you can say sad starting for RCB. We had a good auction with the whatever the budget we left, and we saw some what you tell disheartening injuries and replacements. Like Glenn Maxwell is in form, is in and out.
Yeah.
He comes, he plays, he goes. He's not sure. With our key pacer Josh Hazlewood with injury, suffering from injury, and Will Jacks getting rolled out of IPL, which is all are not a good start for us. Like, it's a sad start for us, but replacements are good. So yes, RCB might break that jinx. Was something what I tell. They might qualify for playoffs. We are good and legible to qualify for playoffs. Where our players are all are in good form, except for Harshal or something.
Mm.
Hasaranga, our key spinner is on top of the form in all the leagues he played recently. I think Hasaranga is like, I don't know, how fit he keeps himself. He's been playing continuous T20 leagues from a lot of past months, be it for
Yes.
the international team or be it for other T20
Yep.
leagues. So Hasaranga can do that, and the threats I would tell is one threat I would tell CSK, because it is Dhoni's last season one. That is the reason, and they have roped in good all rounders: Moeen Ali, Ben Stokes, and Jadeja. Only those three is enough to destroy the batting if those three are coming into top form.
Yeah.
And with Ruturaj Gaikwad, never read less about Ruturaj Gaikwad, because he goes off with 1, 2, 3 matches, then all of a sudden he comes back. I would tell GT and CSK would be the threat. And after Warner taking over captaincy, somewhere in my mind, I am reading like even Delhi might be a threat, because I have seen Warner captaincy from very near, bro.
Mm.
Yes, I don't want to experience a Warner captaincy again because yes, he's been a threat for us for so long.
Yeah, especially with
I don't
SRH.
want to get that Warner coming into my mind.
Mm.
Warner, like I, whatever happened with DC is unfortunate, because your key player, someone like Punt, is missing out this season, because yes, he's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Due to some unfortunate incidents and all, Warner took over the captaincy.
Yes.
Hope Warner does that well and he fixes that captaincy spot, so that at least Punt, until he gets of good age or something, he can provide you with the bat.
Mm.
I think even if Warner be the captain, he'll be for some 1 or 2 seasons, because even his age now.
Yeah.
So I read it as DC, CSK, and GT as threats. Other teams, I think RCB can take through. These three teams, I think we have to look out and we have to play properly.
Mm. Yeah, let's hope for the best for RCB. Hopefully, they go to the finals. I think they've gone to the playoffs like 3 seasons in a row. This time, hopefully, let's see if RCB can get in the finals after 2016. So let's see if they can get that first IPL title. But yeah, well, let's wrap things up. So thank you so much. Sanjay and Rohan had to leave due to some emergency, but thank you to both of you for joining. And do check out the RCB unbox that is happening on the 26th. I hopefully think it's in the RCB YouTube channel, at least live, and even on Star Sports. Let's see, 26, a very historical day. Obviously, ABD and Chris Gale also going to get the Hall of Fame, plus the first, I think, practice session also for RCB ahead of the IPL. So let's see how things go. So RCB, let's hope for the best for RCB this season. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be coming with KKR, and let's see with LSG. I'm not sure because there's India versus Australia third ODI match tomorrow. So let's see about that, but we'll definitely be doing KKR tomorrow evening. So thank you so much once again, guys, and see you in the next video. Goodbye and have a good night.
Good night, guys.